in the Swedish archipelago after what could only be described as a big day on the water. Yeah, so loads of wind on the forecast, and yes, it delivered. So we actually started race 1 at 8 o'clock this morning, and it took significantly longer to get out than expected, but fortunately we carry a VHF on the boat, and we could actually hear the starting times from the VHF. So I got my watch started at 5 minutes like you do, and even though we couldn't see the start line when the 5 minute signal went, it was a downwind start and we absolutely banged it kite up, and I believe that we might have been in the lead at the start of the race, which was very nice indeed. Unfortunately, we did separate from the leaders of the fleet, but if we thought yesterday was a big long downwind sail, that was nothing compared to what went on this morning. I think we must have sailed for about, it's got to be something like 50 miles at least downwind, in a significant amount of wind as well. Yeah, it's probably a good 25 knots of wind. Flat water at times, which allowed for some really fast single trapeze kind of stuff. But then when it was getting a bit real, we thought, let's just sit on the boat and not bin it. Good idea. I'm actually going to leave the boats because I'm getting bitten by some sort of flies. So goodbye boats. This is where we're parked for tonight. Yeah, the fleet is in the bush with some sort of biting little fly type thing. So good idea, I think, to get out of there. Yeah, so we stopped at a very quaint little spot at midday. Very quaint indeed. And oh, anything else? Oh yeah, there was some gear failure in the race. A lot of boats had gear failure. We had gear failure in the form of a snapped trapeze. Not the wire, but the adjustment gear. So Declan, fortunately, was hanging on to the downhaul and managed to stay attached to the boat. So we lost a few positions there. But yeah, quite a moment just as we begun the one short upwind leg of the whole day. The rest of the day has all been downwind. All right, all right, that's a bit safer. Yeah, thanks Ryan. There are 30,000 islands in this Swedish archipelago. That's what I'm told. Yeah, so we got in, finished the race, got 8th place in that one because we were banging it. Absolutely hammer and tongs down the mine shaft for probably about 2.5 hours or something. Pretty exhausting. And then the wind was picking up so much while we were on the beach that the race committee deemed it necessary, it being just a downwind leg to where we are here, to not actually race. So the race was called off because it wasn't safe, and we did a jibs-only race. What? I've never heard of such a thing, but we did it, and it actually turned out not to be quite so windy, and I believe most of the competitors were probably thinking mainsail wouldn't go amiss here. Spinnaker would be good too. But the rules were just the jib, and it was done as a fun race. We actually finished second. We managed to surf quite a lot of waves just with the jib, which was quite nice. It was quite a nice thing to do, but it went on for about 8 times as long as we'd have wanted to. Yeah, thanks very much, the brothers Kane. Thanks for tuning in live. Yeah, so that is what has been going on today. More of the same but different tomorrow, because if the wind does stay in this direction, which is reasonably likely, it's time to start heading back upwind. So it's going to be a real upwind workout machine. So kind of looking forward to that, but I think a good night's sleep is certainly going to do well. If you didn't see the video from yesterday, that yeah, sorry that's taken a little while, but I accidentally set it to unlisted or private or something this morning. But that is now up to view, and today's video, whew, don't want to miss that one. That will be available to view later on. But I'm not actually editing the videos this week, so a big thanks to Phil from Protography, who's in Vasiliki, Lefkas Greek, for doing the editing this week. It's been, without Phil doing the editing, there wouldn't be any videos. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to leave you there. Thanks very much for tuning in, and we'll keep you updated. We'll let you know what's going on Instagram and Facebook in the morning before we set off for more of the 30,000 island dressing.